Hey, so, you know how ages ago I put up a video, saying, it was called, I called a helpline, I think, and in that video I was saying, how I get better from something no one knows about, how I meant to do this, that, or the other, I just want to feel worthy, blah, 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 you know. And I was crying a bit. I wasn't totally breaking down like in some of my recent videos, but yeah, I was tearful, I was upset, and I was just despairing, desperate, you know. And so I've been thinking about that again, and while I was on holiday, I realised maybe some of the things that have caused some of my secrets and the reasons that I hate myself so much. And I found myself just so desperate to tell someone, to call someone up, tell someone at Ashley House, I'm not even there anymore in any way, shape, or form. They're no part of my treatment, but I just wanted to, you know. I wouldn't have. Obviously, I didn't. But I just wanted to tell someone. Cameras do weird things to me sometimes. I think to detachedly about everything, and the way that I say it detachedly is I try to be objective about every single thing I look at, and not just objective as a person, but objective as a human. Like, I look at me, and rather than seeing myself as myself, I sort of see me as a big fleshy bag of bone and veins and organs and things. And so when I was moving my mouth talking, I was just watching these bits move and thinking how this skull is moving around in my head, and it was messing me around a bit. So that's why I paused there. I was like, yeah, that was weird. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, I found myself really, really desperate to tell someone. I found myself desperate to call my best friend and suddenly tell her everything, to call someone, anyone, please, someone, you know, call my psychiatrist. I don't know. I wouldn't. But yeah, stuff like that. And my neck is going to click. I'm so sorry to those who don't like clicking. Oh, it needs to. Now it hurts. But when I was climbing today, I fell and my neck went like that really hard, and it was like, wow, I shouldn't be doing this, osteoporosis. Well, it's not like I hit it against anything. So, yeah, I felt quite desperate about it, and I discovered it while I was writing in my diary about things from the past and things, and I thought maybe I could read out some little bits, and they can explain the reasons why various things happened without actually saying the things that happened, including those parts from my diary. Not that I ever go into them in detail, but there's a vague idea of them. So I'm just going to get my diary and see about that. Let's see. Let's find out. Oh, the ink has faded. It was when I was on holiday, in case you're wondering. Here we go. Okay. This is Friday, the 12th of June, 2015. I awoke at about 6:20 this morning, had breakfast and read on the balcony. I upset my mum yesterday because of telling her that I'd been a bit worried at times on this holiday, angry and upset. So I've been desperately trying to make it better. I'm trying so hard to keep her happy, but I just can't. I feel like I need to accept that. Have no idea what we're doing today. I'm currently reading a book about a woman that was abused, and it's just been making me think about my childhood with my mum. and making me so angry. Helen, this is my mum's friend, the other day said, "I've never seen her like this before." It was when she was really drunk when she came back. "I've never seen her like this before," and I was acting concerned, like, "Oh no, I'm worried she might fall asleep on the balcony." But I wasn't. To be honest, I didn't care. I view everything as evidence now, witnesses. Hell, if she continued swearing at me and being cruel in front of Helen the way that she had been, then maybe Helen would have found it easier to finally see the truth behind my words as a 9-year-old child when I left my mum. And nobody on Portland believed what I said. The reason I didn't care was because I'd seen it 100 or more times before. I remember being a child unable to use the loo because she was asleep on it or laid next to it. I remember peeing in the garden, or when I was unable to get out there, then on the floor in the small room next to the kitchen, feeling disgusting and ashamed, letting the animals take the blame. I remember coaxing her into bed. I remember during the arguments crying that I had the baby feeling, which I later learned was depersonalization. I don't know why I called it a baby feeling, it just felt really weird, I didn't know how to describe it. That I later realised was depersonalization, and her saying I was a baby and wrapping a towel around me like a nappy. I remember my nightmares, the slamming doors, the fear she'd hurt my pets and say it was because of me. I remember her crying over my father. I remember her telling me to share my bed with her for years and comforting. It shouldn't be to share my bed, it should be to share her bed. I slept in her bed. I remember her telling me to share her bed for years and comforting her whilst keeping it a secret at school because they'd think I was a baby. I remember despising myself, thinking I was mad because she could never remember any of it. She couldn't remember hurting me, basically. When I left, they were always more concerned about the neglect, the social workers and things, the hours and hours alone, even though they were my favourite times, up until the slam of that door. To try to keep her happy, I had to act as happy as I could. I had to make her feel loved and make the most of her when she was sober, dancing, singing, hugging, running with the dogs, laying close to her on the sofa. I had made it worse. I had, in those years, convinced her that everything was fine and wonderful, and she continued to forget the violence, the tears, the arguments, hurting the pets, the spite, until my leaving was a shock, until my leaving destroyed and devastated her. I became her emotional abuser by faking it, by being honest to everyone but her, by agreeing with her when she was sober that she would never hurt me or the pets. Kindest, caring, loving, fun, best, thoughtful, innocent were my comments to her. For years I forced these words into her brain. I turned her into a victim of me, my dad's family, people on the island, social workers, police, everyone. The words for myself? Mad, evil, cruel, bad, baby, below human, nothing. I was the victim and the abuser of myself. I leapt into the barbed wire from a tree. I scratched my legs. I jumped up and down on my mum's bed, screaming at the top of my lungs, I'm crazy, glaring at myself in the mirror, crying, whispering, I hate you, scratching nothing faintly into my thigh. When I left, I stopped blaming myself, but I never stopped hating myself. I had lied. I had told my friends in the park, not school, that I was an orphan until I had to buy them sweets for them to forgive me again and again until when I was older, I told my boyfriend when I was 12 years old that my mum died and he hated me for it because he saw her. I went on the causing real physical pain to myself. Sorry, I'm skipping past some of the secrets. I turned myself into what I believe I was, a disgusting mental liar. I told my friend Tash that I had an imaginary friend, that I took pills not to see. I cut myself, I starved myself. I threw up in school. I took my mother's pills. I took laxatives and Pro Plus. I stopped bothering to try to make friends after Tash left, and I let myself be picked on. I stopped sleeping, changing my clothes never happened. Until today, here I am. I successfully destroyed myself. I'd made myself the sick, disgusting, lying, mad, broken person I had always believed I was, even though I wasn't. I wasn't until I did those things, and now they will be with me forever. So basically, the person I always thought I wasn't. But because I thought I was those things, I made myself fit every single one of those descriptive words. I made myself fit, hang on, I made myself fit the sick, with the vomiting and eating disorder and whatever. I made myself the disgusting, with whatever else. I made myself lying, with whatever else. I made myself mad, and I made everyone think I was mad, like the thing I just told you about Tash. Broken person. Below person. And then I said, I need to tell someone. I need to admit the truth to my friends. I need to tell Ashley House, who know me, of this revelation. My dad, my consultant, someone. 10:52 a.m. Fine again. Just sat down to see a little red spider. Blah blah blah, going on about nothing again. And that was that. Brief revelation where I desperately wanted to tell someone, and then it went. The funny thing is, I think I know possibly how to move on from my secrets. In fact, I've always known the way how, which is obviously to tell someone. But obviously, you can't just tell someone, you have to do more than that. You have to move past it, you have to see their reaction, you have to accept their reaction, and you have to realize that punishing yourself doesn't make you a better person. Only becoming a better person makes you a better person. And I've been trying to make myself a better person for a very long time. But it doesn't always work. In fact, I think I've replaced a lot of the things that made me a bad person by just never contacting anyone. I go, well, I hurt them in this way, this way, and this way. I keep secrets from them in this way, this way, and this way. I'm not a friend to them in this way and this way. So I'll avoid all of those things and just never ever talk to them. And then I hate myself for not talking to them. Anyway, it's okay. Do you know why it's okay? Because kitten. That is why it is okay, isn't it? That's why it's okay. I may never ever be able to face the people that I love until I tell them. Because the closer I get to people, the more I feel like they should know my secrets. The more I get to know them, the more close I get to them, the less I'm able to tell them my secrets. I'd probably talk to them more if I actually told them. But I can't. It's what the last relationship I was in, it's where some problems were caused, because I just thought I cannot get so close to someone as to be in a relationship with them and not tell them anything. Had I started lying before the relationship even began? Just with my personality, probably. You don't have to say something to lie. Ignore the not, that was an accident. You don't have to say something to lie to someone. In some ways, that's the exact way that you can lie to someone. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. You may not know my secrets, but now you know possibly the reason behind them and why I did them. Or rather, why they exist. Anyway, I had a really good climbing session today, which is great. I do now have screwed up fingers, and I'm meant to be going again on Thursday. I don't know if you can even see it. Come on, camera, focus. Well, you can see there that a load of skin has been ripped off, and you can't see so well, but they're all sort of pink. And here I've got a blister. A nice big bubbly blister. So wish me luck for Thursday, because yeah, ouchie ouchie hurty hurty. But it'll be fine. I think I've read that just not popping a blister makes it heal faster, so if it doesn't go away by Thursday, then I'll pop it and I'll put some tape over it. Not that that ever works, but I can try. There is hopefully it'll be gone. What are you doing? That's my foot. That's my foot. She's such a good girl. Hey baby. Oh. She's like, I don't want to be picked up, Mum. Although I'm not Mum yet, am I? It's not been that long yet. Off she goes. Sorry, I interrupted playtime. What should I chuck for you to play with? Where's all the toys gone? They're all over there. Why did you put them in that corner? Oh, I'm sorry. You'd rather play with a shoelace? Of course. My ear hurts. So, I hope you guys are all okay. I know I hardly ever talk to any of you, and I've gone back to not answering Tumblr messages, so they're all mounting up again. Yay! There we go. Ooh, sorry about that. Yeah. Bye.